All right. It looks good. So, where we begin, it is now the first of Need Fest, 591 Common Year. So we're firmly in the month of winter, although it has not felt like winter to many of the residents here in Hamlet. There hasn't been any snowfall, and the weather is very unseasonably warm. Maybe an omen of some of that activity that is happening at the Temple of Elemental Evil. I guess recently, the adventurers from Hamlet are gearing up to head back to the temple one more time on one more expedition to try to really put pressure on the remaining cults, and also of grave concern is what Lareth and his gang is up to in the temple. Um, they are seeking. Lareth had suggested that he is looking for an artifact called the Golden Skull. I don't think there's much that the party knows about it other than a few members of one of the adventuring groups had seen a vision of this object in the hands of a demon. But what it can do and what its powers are just left up to speculation. And I see Percy's in the chat. Thanks for the DM reroll. You can see whose side he's on. He was supposed to. He was maybe going to be in this game. So.
You're gonna need it, Alex.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna need it. Okay. That could be. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, there's been some movement, I would say, in like the mix of who's one of the defenders of Hamlet. One thing I wanted to bring to attention, he's still here tonight, but Sir Gerald, who is an NPC that got created out of a downtime activity some time ago, disgraced knight from the Knights of the Heart, he's going to be leaving. All this talk of there's been a lot of talk and rumors coming through Hamlet about war far to the north with Aya's, the demigod who has recently just re-engaged the nation of Furiondi in war, and it's starting to bring in some of the other nations, and it's really disrupting the balance that the Pact of Greyhawk had kind of stopped a lot of the wars that had maybe some 7 years ago now. But now this imbalance is starting to like maybe bring the whole world back into this big global conflict. So Sir Gerald, he wishes to go to the front lines and rejoin. He's a sort of a disgraced knight, but he thinks that his place is probably amongst his fellow knights in that conflict, and so he's still here for one more round, for one more drink before he hits the road. But that's where he will be going. And there's been other folks that have also disappeared. We just saw that the good doctor, one of the player characters, has departed from town. And as you're looking around the tap room of the Stumbling Ogre, you probably notice some of the folks, some of the adventuring folks that maybe you knew previously. Many of their faces aren't around, those inactive characters that we've had. And so you are among those those that have really put their heart into the mission of keeping Hamlet safe and doing something about what's out there in the temple. So there is definitely some chatter. You can see that there's a number of the militia is here. Some folks that Elmo and the council had rounded up to bring with to go along with you to the temple. Nar Fallen, who is an agent of the gnomes of the Kron Hills, he's got a few agents that he's going to bring along with you, and the elves from the gnarly forest that you've been trading with, and you had some of you had kind of helped to bring those basilisks back, so that Tomarus could make the oil to depetrify both the one child and Burn. He's sending along some of his scouts and some of his folk from the caravan. So all in all, you've got a group of maybe about a little north of a dozen or so folk that can kind of help, um, secure wings of the temple and kind of serve as your eyes and ears as you're adventuring in the dungeon complex. And so, um, I don't know if we've seen the child yet, but you could see that the child that had been petrified is here in the tavern playing with Abe Gundigoot. And so that has been a success, and um, so you're feeling good. You can see the progress. You can see that you've made a mark here in Hamlet through your actions and deeds. So I think before we go any further, we'll get some character introductions here. Um, and oh, hey, Dave's in the chat. Back to the temple. Yes, thanks for stopping by. Um, let's have you all just like tell us a little bit about your character and maybe tell us about what has kept your character in Hamlet. Why is it important that they stay and take um, ownership of this problem? And so I think we'll start. Let's start with Thorwald.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Gabe. I'm playing Thorwald Arnold. He's a barbarian that was sent to Verbobong in a young age and took the path of the paladin and is doing it with mixed results. But his heart is in a good spot, and his reason to be in Omelette is a tragic one, right? When he went to start to go to adventure, he um, persuaded one of the village folk, Lysia, to go on a temple run with them, and she died. And so I think what he's doing right now is trying to kind of not exact revenge, but I think he's got a clear and present emotional reason to see this through the end.
Awesome. And we got some activity from the chat coming in here. Dave bought me a reroll, and he bought all of you a reroll. So you got 5 player rerolls in the pot as we start out here. So thanks, Dave. And next we'll go to Eustis.
Morning, everyone. I'm Orion, but for the rest of today, I'll be Eustace Everwood, a human woodsman and poacher of ill repute who began to discover a awakening of magical power in his middle age and has brought those to Hamlet to bring to bear against the temple. Originally, he sought to use these powers to disrupt the evil there, but he's recently discovered a tome in the temple and has begun to wonder if the source of his power is connected to something down there, and this has him quite worried, but still eager to investigate.
All right, next up we've got Galileo.
I am Cliff. I'm playing Galileo. Galileo is a Furbog druid. He's been to the temple a few times already, and he's not really a hardened fighter or anything like that, but he sees the need to rid the evil that seems to be centered on this temple, and he's determined to see it through.
All right, and next up we've got Donovan.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Chris. I'm playing Votary Donovan Lockwood. He is a paladin of St. Cuthbert. He had come to Hamlet a short while ago with Canon Turgeon as some eyes and ears for some people up north to, I guess, more or less do an investigation and see what exactly was happening down here to confirm the temple activity. He had taken part in one foray into the temple and, by the blessings of St. Cuthbert, fighting a couple of werewolves and a troll and an owlbear, was lucky enough to escape with his life. And during that, they'd found a book, and what was contained within that book, what the Fire Temple was up to at this point, as far as continuing and taking ownership of this. It's just, I mean, basically he's taking ownership of it because he feels it's his duty with what he has read in this book and what appears to be going on. So,
All right, and then we have Rhea.
Hey everyone, I am Sarah and I'm playing Rhea Thornbridge, who is a human fighter. She has been kind of a loner most of her life and a mercenary, and recently came to Hamlet, just like hearing about all of the, action that's going on, everything that's going on in the temple. And has found some community here, and so she's really gotten kind of attached to these people, and so really wants to help out and make sure that Hamlet's going to be okay, and that we can get this temple cleared of these cults. So yeah.
So you all are together and talking not just amongst the five of you here, but all of the characters that pop up in the RP chat that are planning this great expedition. You can see Elmo's father, who maybe only Galileo has met. He was like one of the first people you would have met when you came into Hamlet. The old grizzled man. He's got a pretty nice looking sword strapped to his back, and he's been the captain of the militia for as far as anybody in Hamlet can remember. It looks like he's gearing up to head out on the expedition, and Otis, his son, and Elmo's brother, looks like he's making some preparations too. There's maybe a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of shame maybe in his eyes a little bit. He did join Lareth's gang for a bit early on and was rescued by some of the adventurers very early on in the campaign, but he's maybe trying to make amends and is going to be going out on the expedition as well. Veltor, who is sort of a numbskull a little bit, but he's a member of the militia, sort of lazy, but he's always been trying to impress Autumn, the blacksmith, and so you can see him off in a corner of the bar, kind of like bragging about how he's going to go on this expedition and be a hero and such, and she's probably rolling her eyes a little bit as she pulls out her battle axe that she's been working on, and she's like, yeah, well, I'm going too, and so if you're gonna impress me, like, I'll have a front seat to see it happen. And he's probably not looking forward to that, because he was gonna maybe take after Absalom and just make up a bunch of stories if he made it out alive. So Autumn and Veltor are going along, and a few other members of the militia that maybe you haven't met. So everyone's kind of enjoying the evening. There's probably an unspoken feeling that for some of them maybe they won't make it back, but this is an important thing in the history of Hamlet with these cults. They would like to see it through and see that this is the final time that this has to happen, that they don't have this happen again in 50 years, as it was with the Battle of Emerity Meadows and all of the events of the past when they didn't put this to rest. They just sort of kicked the can down the road. So as you're getting your refreshments and drinks and such replenished by Rhonda, is there anything here that you would want to do, or a conversation that you'd like to have amongst each other before you head out?
I think Eustis would try to take Thorwald aside, before we hit the road, and offer his condolences for the passing of Alrim of the Fire Cult, who, well, I understand that it was complicated between you, but I know you had held out hope that there was still good in him.
I still do.
I wonder if I might make a similar request of you as you had once made of me with regard to Kelno of the Air cult. I know that they once offered us aid and have not been seen in a long time, but should we recover them, I might like to extend the same benefit of the doubt as Alrum will receive in this life or the next.
That's fair. I've come to understand that even though some might pursue evil, their minds might have been twisted in the process. And perhaps before we kill them all, we should give them a chance to redeem.
I couldn't have said it any better.
With that being said, Thorwald will look at the rest of the companions and say, we might not come back, so let's decide mindfully who we're asking to accompany us in this endeavor.
All right.
What are everybody's thoughts? It would seem that we have a druid, a couple of paladins, a spellcaster, and a fighter. I guess what skills are we lacking in?
I don't know, but Elmo here, he's been to the temple before and that he's experienced, so I think we could take him along.
Somebody who knows the place well. Yeah.
Well, he survived it. That's a good point.
Agreed. We need someone who knows the temple well.
We have recently rescued Vex from this same area of the temple that we mean to explore. He might serve well as a guide.
Good idea.
You can see.
I don't know this Vex. Is he here?
Yeah, Vex is. He made a pledge when he got rescued to Magnus the Cuthbertine that he would, follow the strictures of Saint Cuthbert and try to follow a path of goodness and whatnot. It looks like he's making a good effort. He's over by Calmert, and it seems like Calmert's kind of doing a little bit of a study session with him and trying to teach him some of the more basic tenets of the faith, and Vex has got like kind of little crude little woven reed like pendant around his neck that is the symbol of Saint Cuthbert. So he's pretty rough, he's trying his best, but he's always sort of maybe twisting the teachings a little bit, and like he comes from a roguish kind of background, and so all the parts of the faith about like crushing good or vanquishing evil and such, and he's always throwing in there like, and then we take their stuff, right? Like we empty their pockets, right? Like for the good of the faith, and like, yeah, it's going to be a long road of redemption, but he's doing his best over there. Other folk that you might see, Spugnor is, I think, maybe kind of off by himself, reading a bit. Trying to think who else might you be able to bring around. I guess Narfallen, I guess, is sort of a NPC that you could bring along too, but he's just sitting at a table with the other gnomes, kind of having their own conversation.
So Galileo, if you want to approach Elmo and ask him if he wants to come with us, we can do that.
Hey, Elmore. It's good to see you're in good health.
Galileo, it's good to see you too, my friend. Are you ready for this expedition we're about to take on tomorrow?
So you're all set to go too, huh?
I'm ready. I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss it.
It's good to have you aboard then.
You know, it's the cults, they pose a threat to Hamlet, but even more near and dear to me is the fact that this Lareth, he tried to take my own brother, and pose him against us and twist his heart. And I just can't have that, and that's an offense to me and my family, and I'm going to see it through to the end.
You know, your brother might have some good insight into that crew there, because we might have to deal with them while we're there.
Well, you're free to ask him anything you want. I don't think he was in their ranks long enough to know anything of much more value than what we already have about them. From what he can gather, his piece of the operation was just to rob merchants and kind of gather up a treasure pool to hire on more and more agents.
Okay, I see. Well,
but tonight we drink, and tomorrow we'll head out. And if you want me to accompany you down there into the temple, you have my axe. I'll be with you.
All right. See you then.
So it looks like you're going to bring Elmo along with you. And Vex, you know, if you go and you talk to him, he'll see Donovan, and he'll like right away kind of latch onto you, and he's like, "Oh, you could be like a mentor for me, man. Like I'm all in. I've spent a little bit of time here learning these teachings. I'm ready to smite some evil. I'm ready to you just point me in the direction, and St. Cuthbert's got my blade."
Well, we welcome your blade. And if you have any questions on the faith or what is acceptable actions, I'm here to serve as your guide.
And he lets out like an expletive-laden retort of excitement, and he's like a pirate. Like he's got tattoos up and down his arms. Like he just does not look like a typical follower of St. Cuthbert. But the whole like having a second lease on life thing is really is turning him around a little bit. So he's gonna do his best to walk this path. So you got him on the team as well. All right. Is there anything else or anyone else you wanted to bring along?
I think Eustis would be good there.
Yeah, I think that's a couple of good additions.
All right. Well, you all get a full night's rest. You've got your bags packed, and in the morning, you and there's probably in total maybe at least 24 of you that are heading out to the temple. And it takes you, it's about a 2-day journey or so, head out to the temple. I think maybe we'll make the assumption that you stop off at the farm that the party had secured, or the adventurers had secured at one point. Get a long rest there, and then in the morning you can head to the temple. And so the road to the temple is just, any of you that have been on the journey before will instantly feel the sullenness and the kind of just depressive look of the place. Just seems like it's perpetually overcast clouds in this area. The road is overgrown with these thorns that you probably hacked and chopped your way through these things every time you've come through here, but it seems like they grow back overnight. And so you're making your way there. Eventually, you get to that dark edifice of the temple with all of its gargoyle fixtures and cruel-looking markings that mar the stonework. And you can see that tower in the background, the one that you've speculated on at certain points, whether it would be a good idea to assault it or not. But I think for the time being, maybe you're having the larger group kind of keep eyes on it and see maybe if they observe anything about whether they come and go or things like that. Maybe that's kind of how we can explain what the other people are doing while you delve into the dungeon. So I'll switch us over to the first map here. And I think I got it right that you want to head down to the first level from one of the staircases on the east side of the upper level. So
That's correct.
let's see. Foundry's always a little funny about the transition to maps, but we'll see if this works for y'all. You may have to refresh browsers and such to see it. I'm not sure. And let's see. Eustis, you've got a lantern out, and was Galileo? Were you gonna have a torch out as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
99.
All right. Everyone able to see the map?
My
It's still loading, but looks like it is trying to load. Yeah.
Okay.
I
It is
can do
a
loading, yeah.
it's a large file, so it may take just a moment. But yeah, so as you make your way down the staircase into the dark depths of the temple, it's sort of deathly silent, I would say, down here. At other times, there was always sort of this strange, echoey, far off kind of. You could hear like footsteps out in the depths, or things crawling around out there. But it's just like there's this eerie silence as you come down here. And there is a corridor that comes out in front of you here, past an intersection that runs north and south. This corridor where I'm pinging is one. I sometimes like don't describe this anymore because it depends on who's been in the group, but I think I'll bring this back up that this whole corridor is frescoed with these painted images, vile scenes of elemental destruction like hurricanes and tornadoes and wildfires and earth-shaking earthquakes and the such. I think I've got an image of the hallway I can share with you. Right. No. I do, but for whatever reason, and this just drives me nuts in Foundry, it will like sometimes forget the file path. And so I have to like go back in and add it.
Yeah, I actually got kicked out of Foundry, Alex.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back in too.
Oh, good. It's not just me. Sorry, Alex.
That's alright, it buys me a little time to find the file then.
I don't know about you guys, but mine's just kind of spinning.
Yeah.
Okay. It might be my internet. Because I see my stream health isn't looking too good either. So
Mine just uploaded now. Now I can see.
now you can see? Okay.
But it took like 3 minutes. So be patient, guys.
I'm not there yet.
Well, for the stream purposes, maybe I'll just throw us on a break for a second here while we get this piece sorted out. So we'll be right back, folks. Hey everyone, we're back. Thanks for bearing with us. I suppose I probably need to change this little like in music too. That don't work, right? Do I have something good for dungeon delving?
That's Zilla following behind, playing a little mood music.
Right? Maybe this one is okay. So, yeah, you're making your way down the staircase here into the first level of the dungeon. And I had mentioned this frescoed corridor. I wanted to pop up that image for you of what that looks like. And so here it's coming over. This is one of Cliff's illustrations from the book. So that's what that hallway, like straight in front of you, kind of looks like. It's just each panel of that frescoed hallway has like a different, showcases a different theme of elemental destruction.
Oh, I think I remember this hallway before. Terrible.
Yeah, I think I always went north from here, or down south at the big headway to the second level. But let's go straight, right? The decision is to go for the western side of things.
Yes, start in the southwest and find
That
what we find.
should keep us away from where we last saw Lareth and her bulk of her forces.
So, I think the way that we will do this is just like I've done in the past, where I'll move your tokens for you as you're exploring as a group. If at any point you want to like send a forward scout ahead, just let me know. As you're doing this, I'm making the assumption that you're checking for traps, you're looking around and such, and as soon as a roll or something is needed, we will take care of it at that moment. And if it's a failure or something, it would spawn a trap. We will then deal with it. But is this the marching order? I think this was somewhat what you had talked about in your chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yes, I'm good with it.
But
So
perhaps
you'll-
Eustis want to be a little bit in the middle instead of
Yeah,
the
jump
back.
up to that open spot. Thanks.
All right. And so you're moving forward through past the frescoed hallway here, and at some point you get to this familiar spot. This is the ramp that leads down to level 2. So Donovan, when you fought the owlbear, it did so at the base of that ramp right there. But I believe your goal is to continue past this.
Correct.
I
Yes.
think I got captured down at level 2.
Yeah, most of the worst things that have happened to us were down there.
Yep. This is very true. So you decide to put a pin in that for now, and you move ahead here and up ahead, another intersection. As you approach, you're going to realize that this looks basically identical to the other side where you just came from. There's a staircase over here. I don't know if you can see my pointer there or not, but there's a staircase that leads up that probably goes to like the opposite side on the main floor.
Hey, before we cross out into this hallway, have we've been kind of keeping it quiet or just moving around like normal?
I would
I'm in heavy
say,
armor.
yeah, you've got. I mean, there's enough of you walking. Like you could do a group stealth check as you're moving through, if you would like. Um, if you're trying to slow it down and be really quiet.
Oh, I guess I'm carrying a lantern, so probably giving that away. But
Yeah,
Eustace would has an idea for blind corners like this, and would cast a silent image of a fire cultist walking out into there. So if anybody's keeping an eye out and gonna let loose with crossbow bolts, it's not hitting us. It does have verbal components though, so it's not very stealthy.
I don't think we're gonna be stealthy between the lights they're projecting and the big group moving, including fighters in armor. I don't think we're gonna be stealthy even if we try.
Right. And yeah, if nothing attacks it when it walks out, then can dismiss it and move on. But
Okay.
actually,
looks
I'm gonna
like
keep that out and run that 10 feet ahead of us as a decoy the whole time.
Sure.
Sorry.
You could do this for up to 10 minutes, so I'll let you know when that time has expired. And you're not really trying to be super sneaky, right?
No, actually, I mean trying to draw attention with the illusion.
Yeah, because just checking, because if you were being stealthy or sneaky, it would slow you down, and then maybe you wouldn't get as far with the spell. But if you're just walking, yeah, I'll try to gauge how long 10 minutes happens. So
So
okay,
it's,
you
I
cast
got
that.
the invocation to just outwill it, so I'll just re-up it
Oh,
whenever
okay,
it's
okay.
yeah.
So it's like kind of no consequence for you. That's cool. Yeah. So
Concentration, though.
you send it forward into the intersection there, and nothing happens.
Someday it will, though.
Someday it will.
We got stairwells ahead of us. I imagine the bulk of the temple is going north. So just for the sake of not leaving anything potentially dangerous in our back, I recommend we do the south side first, which I assume is going to be a short situation.
That was my exact thought as well, is go to the south first.
Mine as well.
So
I only going south. It seems easier.
So, you come to the bend, and probably very quickly it's going to again look identical to the other side of the temple. What you were looking into here is basically looks like it was an old armory. There are weapon racks and hooks and pegs that line the walls, all clearly intended for hanging weaponry. Some hooks and such that look like they're probably swords were adorned here on the wall, and then little grippers for pole arms and things like that. There's very little that is left of the armaments. There's a few broken shards of weapons and pieces of rusted armor that are left behind. The things that whoever ransacked this place decided weren't of any value. There are skeletons of humans and humanoids that lie scattered about, both complete and some that are just random skulls and bones.
At a visual examination, and I mean, I assume the answer is no, but I'll ask if there anything that jumps to our attention. If not, I would just move to the next room. But up to you guys.
Not immediately without, you could, if you spent some time in here, you could do a search.
It doesn't give me good vibes. I'll be honest.
The last time I walked into a room with skeletons on the floor, I had to be carried out unconscious.
All right. So,
Yeah, let's
moving
go
to the other
side.
end.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
much there was
over-
nothing usable there, Alex.
Not that you saw it looked pretty picked over.
Okay.
Over here, again, another chamber. It's covered with a layer of dust. Cobwebs obscure the corners. Broken bits of armor and shields, shattered weapons cover the floor. It looks very much like the other room. Very neglected, abandoned equipment. The good stuff picked over.
Yeah, I think we can move on, guys. Unless
Yep.
you want to spend some time, I don't think it's worth it.
No. As long as there's no
Okay,
creatures to
I
come
guess
up behind
go
us.
north, huh?
So you turn your attentions to heading up the northern cavern here, or tunnel here, and making your way up that way. Another intersection is up ahead.
Alex, can Thorwald do a survival check just to get a very general sense? Is there foot traffic on the floor?
Sure. Give me a survival
Very quick.
check.
I'm not gonna spend, like just very quick visual check. Let me do it. That's pretty good.
So,
First roll.
you do find some evidence of foot traffic. Like these halls aren't quite as laden with dust and such like those side chambers you just were in. It's clear that there is traffic that comes and goes. The frequency of such seems like it's hard to say numbers and things like that, given that it's stonework that you're walking along. But yeah, you think that these halls probably see a bit of traffic.
So I quickly passed on the information that we're passing on to a well-frequented area, and so everybody's ready for anything.
Weapon and shield out.
Then Eustis, are you sending out the decoy at the
Yep.
crossroads?
We'll walk forward into the crossroads there. Or walk it forward. It's very stealthy because it can't make any noise at all.
It walks out, and nothing happens to it.
Then Thorwald will peer over, moving himself in the square. Just quick glance left, right, and see if the coast is clear.
So let's see. You don't have dark vision, do you? So it's just dark on either side without having a light shining down either corridor.
Yeah, Eustis can step up.
So from there, you could probably see there's a wooden door that the light catches over here.
You guys want to do the left side first? The west side first?
Eustis will hand the lantern to Thorwald just for a second. You don't have to switch it on the token. And just go and listen at that wooden door before we go to the left.
Listen to this one over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're over here, lanternless, listening at the door. Give me a perception check.
Ooh.
Let's see. Was
Not
it the
great.
is it the 5?
Yeah, no advantage. I just have
Okay.
to roll twice on.
Gotcha. It's still silent. You're hearing like the same. There's nothing immediately on the other side of this door that you hear, and that is the same for all around you. That these other corridors are spidering off this main trail. It's just like it's like too silent. It's almost driving you a little crazy.
All right, just shrug, give Thorwald the thumbs up, and then go back and we can head left.
All right. So as you kind of poke around the corner here with a bit of light, you can see
Door there.
there's a wooden door over here that is closed and a wooden door over here that is open.
Let's walk over to the open door.
I guess whispering, should we shut the hood on the lantern so it's not giving away if there's anyone in that open room?
I rather see
All
than
right.
be sneaky.
Yeah.
Vex pipes up at this and he whispers from the back, Hey. This is where they brought me. This is where they brought me initially. I was in there.
Awesome. Let's check it out. Make sure there's nobody left there.
All right.
So Thorwald will whisper the activation word for the Zord. So now also the Zord is a source of light, and we'll step in.
Okay. So you're going in. How about the rest of you? What are you up to?
I will follow Thorwald's lead here.
Okay.
Can I ready my crossbow?
Okay.
Which way are we going? Straight or into that doorway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an
Eustis
open-
will
it's an open doorway.
send the illusory fire cultist to the closed door and just have it stand in front.
Okay. Elmo is posting up here in the back. He's gonna watch kind of this intersection. He's got both his sword and his axe drawn. Okay, so Thorwald, do you approach that door?
You want me to move?
You can move, yeah.
Okay.
And this is open, unless someone intentionally closed it. And as you move in there, you can kind of see that the evidence of that there were some prisoners that were held up in here. There's definitely like a padlock that's like lying on the floor that had been discarded when this door maybe was opened, and this is filthy in here. Like the Earth cult didn't really take good care of the people that were being held in there. There's just like refuse and from some meager meals that were given out, filth, and just like some really basic kind of straw pallets that served as beds. But no one in here currently. It looks like, well, hard to say what has happened, but whoever was being held in here is no longer here.
Okay. That satisfied my curiosity. I'll pass it along. Confirming Vac's idea that this was a holding cell, but now is empty. So I think we can move on.
And as you're looking about the room and such, this door pops open.
Uh-oh.
And there are two ghouls there that just like hiss and let out this
Here we
like
go.
infernal growl as they look hungrily at you. And we will roll initiative here.
All right, here we go, guys.
I'm lost.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Let's see. Sarah, it looks like one didn't register for Rhea. Did you want me to push it for you? Oh, there it goes. Very good. So, We will start here with one of the ghouls is leaping out of the room and going to go right for Eustis.
All right, past my illusory fire cultist standing guard at the door.
That's true. It is there. What happens when it interacts with it?
It is revealed to be an illusion to that creature who interacts.
Okay.
But does take either its action to interact or to investigate, which is probably a poor choice of action for a ghoul.
Yeah, so it's gonna move right up there and basically claw at the thing. And as soon as it like goes through it, you just see it turn to the others and kind of hiss and snarl in an infernal speech. And then it is. I probably have some combatants on here that I did not intend.
Gerald stopped by on his way to the war. You know, he's just
Yeah,
pitching in.
right. Rhea, I'm going to say you had told me that you had readied a crossbow. So we'll give you a free
I meant longbow, but
or
yes.
longbow. Oh, and we got a follow here. Thanks for the follow, Deadpool Skitty. Thanks for stopping by the stream here today. We just rolled initiative, so we're getting right into the action right here. But Rhea, you had your longbow drawn and readied, so I'll give you like a readied action if you want to take a shot as like a freebie.
And can I shoot past these people without disadvantage?
Yes.
Or is that gonna be okay?
It's
all right.
In certain circumstances, I may declare that there's like cover from people in the way. Probably not in this situation, just because there is a little bit of leeway there in the hallway. But if it was like a super tight hallway and you had single file kind of formation, I might say there's cover, but not in this situation.
Okay, sounds good. Then yes, I will do a readied action on that guy.
All right. A 9. You do have 5 rerolls in the pot.
Do you guys want to use them?
Go for it.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
All right. Reroll. Your like fingers kind of like tremble a little bit. You almost like prematurely shot that arrow out towards that ghoul. He's kind of moving a little erratically, but you hold it and you manage to catch yourself and you let the arrow fly and it sinks into his undead flesh. You can roll damage on that one. All right, 8 points. So that was your freebie. Now it's your actual turn.
All right. Can I shoot again or not because it would cost loading?
You don't have any loading with the longbow, so yeah, you could take another shot.
Okay. Awesome.
And unless you want to use a reroll, a 9 would miss.
Yeah, I'll save the reroll for that, and that'll be my turn.
Sounds good. Vex is up next, and he's got a light crossbow that he's going to shoot. And he rolls a 12. 12 will hit. So he does. He's going to hit that same one that Rhea went for. Ooh, 9 points of damage. A couple of missiles are flying into this one's flesh. He's still up. Galileo, it is your turn.
Galileo will he's going to fire ice knife at that same one as well.
Sounds good.
Did it? Let's see.
Yeah, first do the attack roll.
And there you go.
Okay, that the the main damage hits. So
Nice.
that one is
Cool.
going to go down.
Good
And then
shot.
these other two will
Just
do their
me.
dex saves. One fails, one fails. They both fail.
So, do I hit the same damage button, or
Oh, you know what?
because
Your
this is
that damage button did everything together, didn't it?
Yeah.
I
So
think
it's 9 for the hit, and then
Okay, you come on.
6 for the 2d6. Okay. So these other two ghouls will take 6 points. So
Nice.
right. And I think I'm going to drop my torch for now and do a bonus action to do Shillelagh.
okay, sounds good. All right, next up, Ghoul goes next. This one moves past the illusion. It seems that first one had tipped them off. And he's gonna go for Eustis with a claw attack. And that's gonna be an
That'll-
18.
Will hit.
Alright, so the damage is 5 points. And you make your constitution save.
Oh, so I
Or is
was
that-
rolling that for concentration,
Oh, okay.
and now I'll see about the other thing.
Okay, sounds
Sorry,
good.
it's a con save.
I was like,
couldn't
Orion
remember if
really
it was-
knows his ghouls. He's already
I
on it.
I kept the spell up, and
You're still good. 14 will do it.
Nice.
One more ghoul is gonna get a round in here. So this one's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He'll get up there, and same thing, he's gonna do a claw attack. Ooh. I think the DM might use one of his chat rerolls.
Oh, I've never been missed before. I have such low AC.
14?
It's
That hits. Alright, so damage is 8 points, and then a con save.
all right. I'll do concentration first, and then your other thing.
Looks like both make it.
Oof. All right.
Barely, but they both make it.
And Eustis is already not looking great overall. Saying that
brings
for everybody
us-
else.
Up to Elmo. Who I think is gonna bob and weave up here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he's gonna get in the face of this ghoul. He's got both his weapons out. And he's basically shouting at you, Eustis, to, get back, as if you needed, to be directed to do that. So he's gonna make one attack with the axe, which will hit. And that will be 11 points of damage. Then he gets a dagger attack, which hits, dealing 8 points. I just have to check Elmo's stat block real quick, because I can't remember if he gets a third attack or not.
He probably does. You don't need to check.
Right? I feel like he does, because I always remembered, like, in those early battles, it was, like, crazy. No, okay, I guess that's it. Oh, he's got Horde Breaker, that's what it is. He can make a third attack on this guy. So he's going to do that with his axe. 13 will hit. And 11 points to that guy. Alright, so that brings us to Eustis.
All right. Eustace has something for this. He whirls to these ghouls who are just shredding his back and shoulders. And as he does, he gathers in shadow to himself, and like a wind picks up, and he'll use Fey Presence to attempt to frighten the 3 ghouls that are within 10 feet.
Okay.
Wisdom saves 13. And he's going for the frightened one because I don't know if I want to try to charm them.
Okay. This one here is frightened. What was the DC?
13. It's
13.
my or Eustace's spell save DC.
This one's frightened. They are all 3 frightened.
Oh, all right. I enjoyed that a lot. That's only until the end, or the start of my next turn. But Eustace will run away toward the back, and they'll have disadvantage on their op attacks and try to eat up a couple reactions too.
All right, so these will be
Space.
attacks at disadvantage.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Hey, thanks for the follow, JD Ramza. Thanks for stopping by this morning. Okay, that one misses. And this other one also misses. So, you get away. That was a very good
That'll
play.
end my turn.
All right, that'll bring us up to one of the ghouls in the background here. Scurries out of the way, out of sight. And in the distance, you hear some of that same ghoul speech, this hissing, and you hear a bunch of voices call back. And there's just a cacophony of undeath howling and screeching in the background. Udo, you're not here either. What are you doing? It is Donovan's turn.
Okay. With Eustace's what he did, I'm going to cast protection from evil on myself. Let me see if I can do that.
Oh no is right, Winston. We gotta be worried. Winston has got some EXP to spend, and you never know what he's gonna do.
Okay, so I cast that and move and take up a defensive position, getting ready to move forward next round.
All right, sounds good. So the front line there is starting to form up. One more ghoul here. But there's really nowhere much for him to go as he moves right up here and occupies that space, just kind of, his claws kind of trying to reach past this other one that looks like it's trying to withdraw away from Eustis. But he's just going to ready an action there. Dane, you're not here. Thorwald, it is your turn.
Yeah, Thorwald has heard what's happened, but he has no vision whatsoever. So first thing he will move to here. Just get a sense. Oh, that's busy. Okay. Um, not much you can do from there. I will throw a hand axe to the ghoul in front of Elmo.
Sounds good.
And fail.
You got 4. Any reroll?
Use a reroll.
On my hand axe? Okay, I'll do that if you guys want it.
Saturday morning, you want to be rolling damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's true. I definitely want to be rolling damage. You got
They
that
won't
one right.
more if we don't use them.
And
8
8
points
points.
damage.
So your hand axe sinks into the front of his skull, and he drops to the ground.
Nice.
And this one's ready to action was to move up.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, I hope for a room that I could go in. It's not the case, so that will be the end of my turn.
All right. So at the end of this turn, a bunch of initiative dice are being rolled. And we go back to the top of the order.
A lot of 20s there.
Yikes.
Yeah. This one ready to action. Or no. This one's frightened, so he's gonna move.
Oh, so they don't have to like move away, but they just can't come any closer. For
Okay.
this frightened condition.
That's true. It's not like a true turn. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. He'll probably just be there, kind of like hesitating. He can't move up anyway, so he'll just linger. See a ghoul charge up right there. Another one in the back rank.
Yeah.
I am kind of happy we're in this bottleneck hallway.
Another one right there. Rhea, it is your turn.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna keep shooting. One in front of Elmo. Okay. Do we want to
Yeah.
reroll, or do we want to reroll?
Reroll.
Darn it. Okay. All right.
That one will miss.
That happens too.
And there's really not much else I can do.
All right. Sith Lord Dave, thank you for the DM reroll. I will put it to good use. Or will I? Maybe I'll reroll Vex's attack roll here in a second. But Vex is up, and Vex will take a shot at this ghoul over here. Ooh, and that's a nat 1. So, Vex has a potential fumble on the line here, so I'm going to roll a d6. It's a 5 or 6. It's a 5. Shoot. Somewhere I've got a deck of cards that are critical fail cards. Here they are. So, pull a card here. We got a bunch of stuff coming in. So Dave is a equal opportunity reroll giver. So he's just got you all some rerolls. So you now have 7 in the tank from that.
Thank you.
And I think I see Ed here as well. Ed just redeemed by DM a reroll, so nice. Thank you. So certainly be used on a claw attack at some point. So shuffle my cards here, and let's see what Vex is about to do here. He's probably too busy trying to come up with a clever mace joke like his buddy Magnus would do. Okay, split a seam. A piece of clothing or armor you are wearing, decided by the GM, is damaged. On every subsequent attack roll, there is a 25% chance that the item will split further. Okay. Okay,
And
so we're going to say what happens is he pulls up, he's like reloading his crossbow, and as he does, he gets like that St. Cuthbert necklace that he had gotten created for himself, kind of snagged like on his crossbow, and he's just like kind of fumbling around back there and like discharges his crossbow and it like breaks, it like the string that thing is attached to like rips and tears, and you can see he's like a little distraught by the fact that this thing that had some sentimental value to him just broke, and so he's sort of beside himself in the background there. But that's going to bring us to Galileo.
Okay, Galileo. He just keeps hearing all these ghoul voices and that, and he just knows that there's probably more than he can actually see right there. So he's going to cast Moonbeam right there.
nice.
And
I had a feeling that was coming. All right. So that'll take effect. They'll get impacted by that at the beginning of their turn.
All right. And he's gonna call back. Did your crossbow break? I've got mending.
It's the symbol of Saint Cuthbert. Saint Cuthbert has forsaken us, and he's just like freaking out. He's having a moment of faith. Where he's trying to. He's probably a bit frightened by these ghouls. So that's gonna bring us up to the next ghoul, who does start in the moonbeam. So he will do a con save. And succeed, so he'll take half damage. Go ahead and roll the damage there, or click the damage button. So he'll take 3 from that. And he is still frightened, I believe, right?
Yeah,
For this round?
end of my turn actually, but yeah, still.
He can't really go anywhere, so he's going to make an attack at disadvantage against Donovan. And a 6 will fail, or miss. Which brings us to Elmo, who's still raging out here. And he's going to first attack this one right in front of him. So battle axe. That's going to be a 20 to hit. Roll some damage on that. 10 points. And his dagger. That's going to be 7. So total of 17 to this one directly in front of him. That one goes down. He's going to use his Horde Breaker ability with the Battle Axe to try to get the other one. 20 to hit. And that's going to be 8 points to this one. This one goes down. And that brings us to Eustis.
Eustis is wondering why he's been on so many adventures with Spugnor and fewer with Elmo. That was impressive. Alex, are there any sounds of activity from the direction behind us? We're making like quite a bit of noise with all this.
Yeah, making quite a bit of noise. Nothing. If you wanted to like take an action to do a perception check, you could hone in on it. But right now, with your passive perception, you don't hear anything coming from the rear guard.
All right. We'll step up to have a few fewer allies between me and the enemies, and we'll cast an Eldritch Blast at the one right in front of Donovan. Hmm, 11.
An 11 will miss. And we got first time viewer here. Thanks, Kenna, for stopping by. Hope you're having a good Saturday morning. I know we are. We're got a big ghoul battle that we're embroiled in right now. Anything else, Eustis?
No, that'll be it.
And this is the moment when that fear effect drops right at the end of your turn.
Oh, correct. Yeah,
Okay.
end of this turn.
All right. Ghoul. Probably don't like these long pauses. Okay, it is Donovan's turn.
All right. Donovan hollers out to move the moonbeam forward, and he will take a step back to allow Thorwald to engage in combat if we thread the needle here and have these guys come into this space, and I will ready an attack if one ends up in that space in front of me.
Sounds good. Hey, Kenna, thank you for the follow. We appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by this morning. Next up, we've got Thorwald.
So we'll see the in from Donovan and promptly steps up. It will take a bonus action rage and then normal action, ready the action to hit the first ghoul that steps in front of him. And that's his turn.
All right. So, we're gonna add some friends to the initiative order.
That's a lot of friends.
It's a lot of friends. And while those are rolling, we'll take a moment. I think we've got some new folks here watching. So if this is your first time checking out 20 Sides to Every Story, this is our community campaign. And so this is our game where we invite the people that support the channel and enjoy watching to come and join us for a game. I think we've got something like 35 people that have stepped into the Temple of Elemental Evil campaign so far. So if you're interested in checking that out, definitely jump in our Discord server and someone will point you in the way to how you can sign up for a game. And hey, thanks for the cheer, Ed. Appreciate that. Oh, and we got a couple of follows here. Thanks for the follow, Luffy, and thanks for the follow, Tom Geo. So always good to see some new folks swinging by. So we're back to the top of the initiative order. And
Holy mac. Like a five.
hey,
It's like a 5-minute scroll down to the bottom of the tracker.
right? Thanks for the follow, the Mad Hatter TV. Huzzah! Thanks for all the follows this morning. This is exciting. So this ghoul right here is up and is gonna need to make a Constitution saving throw against that moonbeam. Cliff, would you mind putting the moonbeam back in the chat for me so I can do that roll? And whoa, thanks for all the gifted subs. DM Dave is here, and he's
Back
getting
in the chat.
Yeah, put it back in the tracker for me. You never
how do
have
I
to
do-
apologize for the woos, Dave.
How do I do that? Just
On your character sheet, go to your spell book.
yeah.
Go to Moonbeam. Click on the icon. And then when you do that, you should have an option to like. You see where there's a box that says that's checked that says consume spell slot. Uncheck that and cast the spell.
We'll return momentarily, Alex.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. There it is. All right, so DC 14. He fails that. Go ahead and roll the damage. And so he takes 7 points of radiant damage.
Whoa, thanks for the gems, man!
Hey, thank you. Thank you for the cheer. It looks like a hype train has been initiated. So, thanks everybody for the support. I think this ghoul is going to try to push through. He's going to move up there. Or Thorwald, I think you've got your readied action.
Yep, I'll take it.
And that'll hit. Fourteen points is going to bring this one down.
I have to remember it's actually 16, but anyway, it's enough.
This ghoul back here shuts this door.
Is that enough?
So he's just isolated and left this ghoul in the hallway here who's burning up in the moonbeam. Okay.
I don't think they want to fight us anymore.
Rhea, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to shoot at the only enemy I've got in range. Jeez, I'm having bad luck on these rolls.
Go for it.
How many rerolls we have?
7.
Oh, we got plenty. I'm gonna do it.
All right. 13 will hit. And 3 points to this guy right here.
And that's my turn.
Vex is up next. I'm gonna make him do like a will save to see if he can like get himself back together. He does. He's only been a Cuthbertine for probably not even a week at this point. So he recollects himself, loads up the crossbow, and he's gonna take a shot at that same ghoul. All right, he hits. 6 points of damage. And then it is this one's turn. Galileo, it is your turn.
Okay. At this point, I'm wondering if I should just drop that moonbeam because I can't push it any further. Do you guys want to go through that door and fight those guys, or?
We have to.
Yes.
All right. I can't push it forward anymore, can I?
I'm gonna say you have to see where you would push it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use an action to heal Eustis because he's right beside me there. So I'm going to do Cure Wounds on him.
Well, it doesn't say anything about vision, so I'll say you could push it through the door if you wanted. But go
Yeah.
for the cure.
Well, I think it's a bonus action to move that thing.
It's an action.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
All right.
Generous of you with the healing, but yeah, if you want to move the moonbeam, I have not put any hit points on.
I could just. I don't know. That guy's probably wounded already. I think I'm just going to drop the moonbeam right now. They don't know that, so they'll keep the door closed until we choose to open it, I suppose.
Just a suggestion, can you move it like behind us and keep it going and then move it forward if we go in and you can see?
I don't think I can move like that. I don't think so. It would be moving it through us. I don't think I can do that. I could still cast another one if I had to.
I think you can do that if you want to. It doesn't hurt someone if it just moves over them on its way from A to B.
Well, then you'd have to disregard that Cure Wounds that I just did. Then.
Yeah, I haven't added it yet, so if you want to move Moonbeam instead, that's fine.
All right. Not sure how to move it.
Just tell if you want. You could just tell me where you want to move it, and I'll.
All right,
Get it there.
move it where that intersection is. I guess. I don't know if I can move it that far.
Back there.
It's actually a good position. Covers our backs. So.
That's yeah.
Exactly.
We'll just pop it back out on there.
And
Okay.
I think that will end my turn then.
All right. Elmo is up next. So seeing that, he'll step up and take 2 attacks against this one. Battle Axe is gonna hit. Does 12 points of damage. Second attack will miss, but he clobbers this one pretty good. But it is still up. Eustis.
Ooh, like to be working on the door, but I think we'll, as a bonus action, call a Curse of Feebleness on this visible ghoul, cast Hex using a Pact Magic spell slot instead of the once per long rest one. Cast that, cursing the strength ability checks, and then fire a Hexed Eldritch Blast at the same one.
All right. So it looks like the Eldritch Blast was 1, and the Hex damage was 5, so a total of 6 damage.
Other way around. So actually, necrotic might matter for undead. 5 force, 1 necrotic.
Oh, okay. And that's this one here?
Yeah.
That one goes down.
All right. Eustis will move up to the door to be ready to pick the lock if it is locked. Let's see. Measure guy.
Sounds good.
And end the turn there.
At this point, you just hear like a stampede of feet, like in the corridor, probably right around the corner coming from the north of where that moonbeam is. Like the horde is charging forward.
From the north, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, they're attacking our backsides. We're pretty trapped.
Good moonbeam though, Galileo. That
Yep.
is the right time and place to have it. Yeah.
All right, Donovan, it is your turn.
Okay, hearing that, I'm moving towards the corridor. I let Thorwald know and everybody within earshot. Move here and ready in action for when something enters that moonbeam. I will strike it.
All right, Thorwald.
Thorwald will acknowledge what Donovan said and still say, and I'm trying to get rid of the ghoul as fast as possible so we can focus on one front. You guys hold defensively, okay? And you move there and open the door. Not sure if it's going to be locked or not, but I'll definitely give it a very strong push.
Yes, and a couple of attacks of opportunity will come flying out towards you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Eustis. Oh.
This first one is against Eustis, and the other one is going to be at Thorwald. So this one's for Eustis. A 23 to hit.
Let me check. That'll hit.
7 points of damage. And a Constitution saving throw. Alright, you clear that. The other ghoul, claw attack on Thorwald. Let's see, I've got 3, so I might as well use one. Reroll. Uh-oh! I'll roll for a fumble, potentially. Okay, no fumble, but it is a miss. So, those are their readied actions, so then we pass it back over to you, Thorwald.
Yeah, I will try to attack the one in front of Eustis. I think I'm gonna reroll that one.
Sounds good. Hey, go the other way. You want to do just normal crit, or would you like to roll on for a effect?
Just normal crit.
All right. 15 points.
That's 17 because I'm raging.
17.
Yeah, I'm not sure it rolled the crit though. Let me see what it did.
Yeah, that looks just like regular damage.
Yeah, so I'll add 1d8 to that. 1 second. Here we go.
Another 4
4
points.
So that's 21.
All right. Looking pretty rough as you cleave your sword into him, but he's still on his feet.
Okay, that's my turn.
That brings us back to the top of the order. He'll get up there. So I would say that this could potentially activate your readied action, but there's that corner of the wall there, and so he would have a little bit of cover.
Well, I'll expend it and take a shot at him.
Okay. He's clearly idling. He sees the moonbeam, and he's not going to press into it, but you could take your readied action.
$15.
That will miss. You kind of like Morningstar comes around the corner and you can feel that like maybe it grazed him just a little bit, but he like pulls himself back and you just hit like the side of the wall there. Ghoul over here is gonna follow up another attack on Eustis. Oh, I'm gonna use a reroll. I'm down to 1. Okay, 23 will hit.
Yep.
8 points of damage in a Constitution saving throw.
So, can you guys? Oh, Eustace actually goes down. Does he still make a save for paralyze?
Yep.
Sorry to spoil that. Whoops. All right.
Just in case it could end up mattering. So you save against that as you go down. Okay. That's gonna bring us to this other ghoul over here, who's gonna attack Thorwald. And thank you, DM Dave, for the reroll.
We just ran them all out.
And a 23 to hit.
Will hit.
The total damage, or the damage that he's giving out, is 8. If you're raging, then you take 4. And then a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Constitution. Coming. 16.
And that will make it. Ghoul up here is gonna run. And again, this one kind of like pumps the brakes as soon as he sees this this radiant energy right in front of him, and seems to idle right there. This guy is gonna do the same. He charges forward, pumps the brakes right there. Rhea, it is your turn.
Sorry, my computer's being a little slow.
Might be muted, maybe?
Oh, I can hear.
Or maybe I have lost sound? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, and we can hear each other.
Oh, but Alex can't hear me?
1 second.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Alex?
Okay, give me 1 second. What is happening? Maybe it's a Discord thing.
Chat can hear everybody.
Yeah, it must be my headphones. Just let me just. Hello, hello. You guys can still hear me?
Hey.
What the
Can you hear
heck?
us?
Oh boy.
I don't think he can hear us.
No.
All right, I'm gonna put us on a be right back screen. I gotta figure out why I don't have audio. It's so weird that you can hear me. It's the same headphones that I've been using this entire time, so I
Hey.
don't know what's going on. All right, we'll be right back. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. Apparently all I needed to do is plug my thing in, and now I'm good. So, I think we left off and it was Ria's turn. Ria was just about to go.
Yes. I am going to shoot at this one here in front of Eustis.
That'll hit.
13 hit.
All right, and that'll be 5 points.
And then I'm going to move up just a little bit.
All right, that brings us to Vex. I think he'll step up to right here and take a shot at this one that he can see there with the crossbow. And a 10 won't quite cut it. That brings us to one of the gas up here.
One of the ghasts. Apes.
And this one's gonna push past the others and leap into the moonbeam. So he'll do Constitution saving throw. He'll make the save. So he'll take half damage, Galileo.
Okay.
Okay, so he takes a bit of damage from that. Gets right in Vex's face. All right, that brings us to Galileo.
Okay. If if Galileo ran up here to our fallen comrade here, could he drag him back?
"20 feet to get to him. You can maximum drag him to 30, so you drag him 5 to 10 feet away from that maximum."
So I'd
5
say
foot drag.
once you grab hold of him, I'll call it, yeah, like half movement.
Well, Galileo's a furbog, so he's got he's got a powerful build. Would that
This
help?
this is not the
Sure.
first time that Eustis has been saved by powerful build. I need a character with better armor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. You can move at full speed after you've grabbed him. So,
Okay, so he could grab him and pull him back to this square in front of me here.
sure.
Um,
Moving him back there.
is there now that would that be my full turn? I couldn't stabilize him or anything like that.
I think you were gonna need to like basically use it like the equivalent of a dash action to move back.
Okay. All right. I guess that's my full turn then. I guess.
All right.
Thanks for getting me out of there, though.
That does bring us up to Elmo then, and Elmo will occupy that spot and attack this guy here. So, Battle Axe out. He takes a swing. That's going to hit, dealing 12 points of damage.
Wow.
Swing with the dagger. That will hit, dealing 7 points of damage. That one goes down. He then gets to use Horde Breaker against this one here, which he will do with the axe. And a 14 will hit, and that one's going to go down. He's got 1 hit point left. And I think he'll just hold it there. Then it becomes Eustis's turn.
All right.
Uh-oh. You want to
There
reroll
you
that?
Yes, I do. I'd like to buy or use a reroll.
And he managed to convert that into a success. Alright, ghouls. This one gets to right here. We'll have to do a Constitution saving throw. And fails, so we'll take the full damage from the moonbeam.
Nice.
13 points. Okay, so he takes that, and then he's gonna try to shove Donovan. So strength athletics check for me, or dexterity acrobatics.
I think athletics. Good lord. Do I re-roll that?
You might want to, because if
Yeah.
they move you, they can move around.
I'm re-rolling mine,
Yeah.
so if you want to re-roll yours, you can.
Just everybody take a mulligan.
Right. So I'll put the pressure on. Oh, okay. You're gonna re-roll too. Okay, so you got it. Let's see how I do. I didn't do very good on that first one. So you managed to hold your ground. As this thing, you can see it's got its eyes on Galileo. It's trying to push past you towards him, but you managed to hold the line. And another ghoul up here. He'll just run up just there. Guest up here. He'll hold the line there. Guest down here is gonna move up. And he's going to attack Elmo with his claws. I will use a DM reroll to try to take out my NPC. It feels weird, but you know, Elmo's a threat. He does a lot of damage, so.
Elmo is a threat. Yeah.
And no better on the reroll. So, that brings us to Donovan. So, Donovan, at the start of your turn, there are multiple things that are nauseating you from these gas that are kind of exuding this stench, this foul odor. I need you to give me 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay, is that just I click the Constitution, or that would be a check? Is there a special
Maybe
saving throw?
Constitution, then it asks you if it's a skill check or save. Hit save, and then it should roll.
Thank you. Oh.
You might want to roll that one.
Yeah.
Still have 3 rerolls down to 2 if you use that. That will make it. And just one more.
We need another one. Oh, bastard.
Would you like to use another?
Nah, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna blow
So-
all those.
You end up incurring the poisoned effect.
Okay.
Which I believe gives you disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. All right. Well, I will. I'm gonna attack this ghoul in front of me. Or yeah, the ghoul. Let's see.
That one will miss.
And then I will bonus action try and knock it prone.
You managed to do so. This is like the feeblest ghoul. He tried to shove you back. You double down and check him. He drops prone.
And I hollered. I tell Vex to attack the one on the ground if he can.
Okay. Sounds good. That brings us to Thorwald.
Thor will step in. Does he see only this ghast here in this room?
Yes, and you'll have to start off with a con save.
Yeah.
And you make it. As you step into the room and you kind of get the sight of this entire place, the south wall you can see bears a bas relief of a hideous head, a human-like face with squashed features, the face low upon a mushroom-shaped cranium. In the background of the artwork, various humanoids, monsters, and demonic undead creatures prance and jape. This looks like almost like some kind of old place of worship to this demonic figure that you see. That's very reminiscent of the one that had been described to you by those that saw this vision of the past.
Yeah, I saw it. Thorwald saw it.
Whoa.
Or Thorwald saw it, so yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like that demoness, that fungal demoness.
Okay. So Thorwald would see there's only that enemy, so he will say to Elmo, leave it to me, go help the others on the other side, and it'll take a swing.
That'll
It's gonna
hit.
be a hit. And so it's 17 damages, and he'll throw a smite on it.
Okay.
So it should, being that it's an undead, it should be 3d8s
Mm-hmm.
to smite. So that 17 plus 13 is 30 points of damage.
Wow.
All right. He is still up, but he just about ended the threat of this ghast. He's still up, gnashing about. And that's going to bring us then the top of the order, where we have this ghast right here. He's gonna try to attack you, Donovan, from around the bend there. You get a +5 to your AC because of the corner there. It's just a little difficult for it to grab at you.
And I have protection from evil, so I
So
think he has
disadvantage. So he attempts it, but and that's a nat 1. So we'll see if it's a fumble. Just a miss. And then Ghoul over here readies an action. Ghoul here readies an action. Rhea, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to move a little bit here, open that hallway for people wanting to move. And then I am going to shoot at the one in front of Vex.
That'll hit.
Nice.
Alrighty.
All right. That's 6
And
points of damage, sinks into its kind of pale bluish skin. And then that will bring us to Vex, who will take the direction from Donovan and drop the crossbow, pull out his scimitar, and try to smack down on this one that's in a precarious situation. So it gets advantage. Oh, wait, he's got to do a con save. And he clears it. He just has to do 1, it looks like. So he clears it. He'll make his attack with his scimitar at advantage. Manages to hit, dealing 7 points of damage. It is still moving and squirming about, trying to get back up on its feet. Brings us to this ghast right here. Who's going to try to shove Vex.
He got to do his con save for the moonbeam.
Oh, yeah, yep, you're right. He has to do that first. So he makes it. He'll take half. So, okay. Then he'll do his shove action. Oh, and I'm out of rerolls. So, I think there's nothing that Vex could roll that would change this. 'Cause even if he rolls a 1, nothing would change. So, the ghast tries to push against Vex, but he holds the line. That'll bring us to Galileo.
This is Saint Cuthbert give him the strength to resist.
Yeah.
All right. Galileo is going to cast a healing spell on Eustis. So try to bring him back up. Cure wounds.
All right, 9 points back to Eustis.
Many thanks to my forest friend.
And he's just gonna move a little bit right there, just so he can keep an eye on what's happening back here.
All right. Elmo's gonna take a shot at finishing this guy off. Battle axe. Will miss. Dagger attack. Ooh. Will hit. And that'll be enough to, he just jams the dagger right into the skull of this ghast who drops. Oh, you know, I guess he needs to do a con save. Ew. So Elmo's poisoned, so I gotta roll that one again just to see if it confirm. Okay, he still hits and he still does the damage that drops the ghast. And I just got, looks like Percy just redeemed by the DM a reroll. Thank you for the reroll. And then Elmo will take a moment. It looks like he's shifting around, stowing some of his weapons away. He's getting ready to pull out his crossbow that he got slung over his shoulder. And Ike, thank you for the reroll. So they're storing me back up. Appreciate that. That brings us to Eustis. Oh, and Ike also bought everyone a reroll, so back up to 7 player rerolls.
Wow. Thank you. All right. Eustace starts back to consciousness as he feels this burst of healing energy from Galileo, and there's definitely no, upon feeling that, there's no question in his mind anymore of if he himself is thinking he's a druid. That felt very different than the kind of cold magic that he wields. Anyway, he leaps to his feet. He sees Thorwald is kind of packing up and moved attention to the other side of the hallway. Will step out to fire at the one in front of Donovan with a little bit less in the way and do just a regular Eldritch Blast.
All right. Wow, critical hit.
I like it. And then...
And is that this one right here?
Yes, yeah,
okay.
That guy.
Yeah, you're gonna just... The Eldritch Blast, like, hits him, and, like, the force damage just, like, throws him backwards, and you can just see, like, his fleshy bits just kind of go spraying forward as he hits the ground.
All right, step back to clear the hallway path and end my turn there.
Awesome. Ghoul is up. Ghoul right here is going to move forward and step into this spot. Do his con save. Oops. So he fails. He'll take the full damage from the moonbeam. So 8 points. And then he's going to try to shove Donovan. Oh gosh, I'm going to use one of my TM rerolls. Because even at disadvantage, you know, maybe you'll still make it here. Let's see. Okay, I got an 8. I'll give you the chance to rebuttal if you want to use a reroll.
Should I? Group?
Probably.
Please do. Nice.
Oh, wow. 19 with disadvantage, so you managed to hold the line there.
Now, how many rounds does my moonbeam stay?
Oh. Have you been
Have
you been
1
tracking
minute,
it?
so it's 10. It's 10 rounds, so I think we are at round 12, so probably this is the last.
Wow. It's a respectable number of rounds.
But it doesn't make sense that it's 12. Is it possible, Alex, that
We
there was...
started at 7, I think. There
I
were,
think
I
it
have
probably
3 rounds
yeah.
already, so maximum is 5, I think.
Yeah, it's probably not going to expire during this combat, but that's going to bring us to one of the ghasts over here. Just going to ready in action, and then it's Donovan's turn.
Okay. I have another Constitution saving throw, correct?
Yes. So you make 1, 2, 2. The saving throw is not at disadvantage.
Okay. Now I had made it on one of them, so I think I'm immune to that one. Is there 2 different ones?
Oh, that's true.
I think that one died.
Let's see. I don't think any of the ghasts have died yet. So you're immune, I think, to this one.
Okay.
And so just
2?
one. Just one.
Just one.
Yeah. Okay. So you make the save, and then you're immune to his as well. So you are no longer poisoned.
Okay. Then I will go ahead, and that's a ghoul in front of me, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to target the ghast that's on Vex. First thing, I will attempt to knock it prone. No.
So he manages to hold you back.
Ma'am. And then I'll do my attack actually on the ghoul. So. Jeepers creepers. Should I re-roll that?
You can.
Up to you, yeah.
You got 6, so
Oh, yeah, then do it.
say spend them. Ooh, it still won't quite
Lord
get
have
there.
Mercy. All right, sorry.
That'll bring us to Thorwald.
Okay, Thorwald will start making his way 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He will chuck his remaining ranged weapon, which is a dagger, at the ghoul in front of Donovan.
Sounds good.
Nice.
That'll hit. 6 points.
6 points of damage. And then
All
he
right.
will move here, and it will say to Vax, "Give me room, Vax. I'll exchange with you."
All right. Brings us up to the ghast up here. He is going to give... I'm going to say he's going to give the help action to this ghoul here. This one readies an action. This one will ready an action, and then Rhea, it's your turn.
All right. So this ghast, is that a ghast here?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to shoot at it. Jeez, I'm not having a good luck today. How many rerolls we got?
5 left.
Should I use
Go
one?
for it. Yeah, go for it.
All right.
That one looks better.
Awesome. And awesome. How's he looking?
He's losing steam. Doesn't quite have the veracity he had at the start.
I am going to use my action surge to get a second action and try to attack him again.
Sounds good.
Gosh, I don't want to use up all the rerolls though.
If you want, go for it. It's your action surge. Make it count.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh,
Oh
he said
well.
we could count.
Oh well, it is what it is, I guess. Okay, that's my turn.
Vex is up next, and has just been asked to move, so he was gonna disengage. He's a little frightened by this, so he doesn't mind that. He'll get back here, and he'll switch back to the crossbow for his next turn. The Ghast right here has to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm gonna re-roll that. Makes 12. Still fails, so he'll take full damage.
Nice.
He's still up. So, he manages to move 5, 10. He's going to make an attack on Galileo. A 23 to hit.
That hits.
12 points of damage. And a Constitution saving throw. You make it for the paralysis, and then you need to make a concentration check for your moonbeam.
Concentration. What?
Which is basically a con save.
You might want to roll that, Cliff.
All right, I'm gonna do a reroll.
Oh, and you just made it. So Moonbeam remains. Okay, so that brings us to now. It's your turn, Galileo.
Okay, I gotta take those 12.
Oh,
points.
wait. I'm sorry. There are some readied actions that are happening. This ghoul moves through the moonbeam, so he's going to have to do a Constitution saving throw. Which he makes, but he'll take half damage from your moonbeam. So he'll take some damage, and he charges through and occupies that open space. Then now it's your turn, Galileo.
Okay, that
That Ghast moves up.
the one that's right next to me, I am going to use poison spray on him.
All right. You will notice as you unleash this poison spray, it seems to have no effect on him.
Darn, they're immune to it.
Now we know.
All right. Anything else, Galileo?
I don't think there is anything else.
All right.
that I can do.
Elmo is in the back. He's got the heavy crossbow readied. He's going to try to shoot at that one that you just tried to poison spray. Takes the shot. It's a crit. He's a deadeye. And that is going to be 11 points. This one goes down.
Thanks,
Eustis. He gives you the thumbs up as he works to reload his crossbow.
All right. Don't like that they're breaking open the lines, but yeah, almost doing work. We'll step a few feet forward and then fire at that one with an Eldritch Blast. This Eldritch Blast in particular.
Ooh, it's a critical hit.
2 in a row. All right. And step back to where he came from and end his turn there.
So, okay. Did
That
this
was the one
actually
in front of
did this
Thorwald.
actually do critical damage?
It's 5 plus 2, so 7 total.
Okay.
Woo-
But that's a
woo.
critical hit though, right?
Right,
So-
yeah, so it's not normally 2d10.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, so 7 is actually the total.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
Take
so he's
that,
looking pretty rough.
Ghoul or Ghast guy.
That ghoul is the one that was up next. No matter what he's only got 1 hit point left, so the moonbeam will take him down no matter what happens there. This ghast here is going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20. He's able to thread that needle, get into that space, and he's going for Galileo. So claw attack.
Does
He,
he get the damage in the moonbeam?
entered
Yeah, he'll enter the moonbeam, so he'll make his con save. It won't be enough to take him down, but you can roll damage. He'll take half. So he'll take a little bit of damage there, and then he's gonna attack you. And I'm out, so 10 is gonna miss. That brings us to Donovan.
Okay. Let's see if I can roll above a 6. I will use athletics to try and knock that ghast prone.
Oh, okay. You do have this guy here is a new ghast that has just entered, so a con save at the start from his stench ability.
Okay.
And you make it.
All right. So athletics check on him. Oh.
And that's a shove on the ghoul.
No, that was on the ghast. I want to knock him prone.
This one right here.
Correct.
Okay. So he will roll. And you got him. He goes down and he's prone. This one right here.
Okay. Yes. Then I will attack him on the ground with my. I think I got him. How many rerolls do we have?
2 left.
won't do it. There's too many people around. I'll save it for something more clutch. So,
Sounds good. That'll bring us to Thorwald.
Thorwald, the best target is actually the ghast, but I need to attack the ghoul so I
Okay.
can close the gap. So Thorwald,
gotta-
I use that.
You got a new ghast here, so a con save at the start.
Yep. Here coming. Attributes. Con. Save. Okay. Too bad. Okay, still the attack on the ghoul. So,
Okay, so poison condition.
Attack, disadvantage. Wow. Okay. That's it.
All right, we'll go back to the top, and
That was disappointing.
the ghast right around the corner there. He's gonna step into the moonbeam. He had been hesitant to do so this entire time, but we'll make the con save. Oh, there's my 20. What a waste. He'll take half damage from the moonbeam. And he's gonna attack Donovan.
disadvantage.
And at disadvantage. So that's
Ooh,
probably
good
good.
thing.
So a 10 will miss. That brings us to this ghoul right here, who is going to attack Thorwald. Claws. 15.
Misses.
Ghoul over at the end of the hall here. He's gonna move into the moonbeam now too. Makes his con save. Makes it, so he'll take half. And he'll take an attack at disadvantage on Donovan. 21?
Yep.
And so it's 7 points of damage and a con save. And he'll take his 1 point from the moonbeam.
Rough roll, Galileo.
And a con save.
Yep. And you make it.
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
Hey, Drake takes. Thanks for the cheer. This party needs a nice, somewhat evil necromancer. I don't know. Very cool. That's going to bring us to Rhea.
Question. Dropping a weapon is a free action, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I could drop my bow and draw my short swords
Yes.
and be able to attack.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm gonna go in the space and go for it. Do I need to do a con save?
You do not. It happens at the start of your turn, so
Okay. So I will. Is this guy still prone?
Yes.
yes. So you have advantage.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. On advantage.
13 does it.
Okay. And since that's a light weapon, I'll use my bonus action to attack my other short sword.
Sounds good. And that'll hit. Oh, it looks like you might have just hit the attack button instead of damage.
Oh, darn. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, just roll a plain d6. Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go.
And actually, that'll be... Do you have, like, an ability that gives you your ability modifier on your offhand? Okay.
No.
So it'll be a straight 6 points, so max damage. All right. So you kind of cut into him. He's squirming about as you're hacking and slashing. He's just trying to, like, get back up onto his feet. Brings us to Vex, who... He's going to take a shot at this one here. The crossbow goes flying past. Doesn't quite make its target. And that is going to bring us to Galileo.
Galileo is attacking this one that's nearest to him with his quarterstaff. I believe I had cast Shillelagh before that earlier. I don't know if that's still in effect. If it isn't, I'll do a bonus action and cast it again.
Should still be up. Lasts a minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a minute, so you're good.
Ooh. Not good. Okay.
That will miss.
I'm not gonna take a.
You have advantage, Galileo,
Okay,
because he's
I
on
think-
the ground. So roll again.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize he was prone.
That'll hit.
In that case.
Right, 5 points to him. Hold on a second. Did you have to make a con save against his stench yet?
Me? No.
Yeah. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Do we have any rerolls yet?
You do have rerolls, so you could use one.
All right. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so your hit
Nice.
stands and he takes the 5 points of damage. And you're immune to the stench from this guy.
Did you say I take some damage?
No, I'm saying, had you been poisoned, your attack would have missed. But
Okay.
you are not poisoned and you're immune to his stench. Alright, so... that brings us to Elmo's turn. Elmo's going to take a shot at this ghoul here. And that hits, dealing 6 points of damage. And then Eustis, it's your turn.
All right. Eustis will follow suit and not shoot at the prone guy. He'll step in front of Vex and Eldritch Blast the ghoul there. Nice. That one force damage. Don't you forget that ghoul. And we'll step back where he came from.
This is like our lucky ghoul who's taken like so many hits because they've all been low damage. That's gonna bring us to this ghast right here. He's gonna stand up now. And again, he's laser focused on Galileo, so he's gonna take a swing with the claws. And a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
So it deals 8 points of damage. Give me a Constitution saving throw. There's one reroll left if you would like it.
Should I take it?
Yep. Otherwise, you're paralyzed and everything goes down.
Okay, so you're good on that. Now you need your Constitution saving throw to keep your moonbeam.
So this is the concentration, Cliff. Good
And
job.
you managed to make that. So,
All right.
that's that. Donovan's turn.
Okay. I am once again going to attempt to knock the gas prone that is in between everybody to give everybody
right.
else an advantage. Nah.
Oh no, and there's no re-rolls. So go ahead and roll a d6 to see if it incurs anything more than a miss.
Yeah, that was an athletics check. I think that would.
Oh,
I mean, it was a shield.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
A shield hit, so I'm sure something bad could happen with that as well. But
it's okay. We don't even have to consider it because it was a 2, so it's just a no good. Actually, he might still fail it, I guess. That wasn't a great roll, but he makes it.
all right, then my morning star. Need to eliminate. I'm gonna go for the ghoul that's below me. Jesus Christ! All right, that's it.
Yeah, thanks for that, Drake. I know when people turn off their cameras, it flips around, and I normally
Sorry.
use Zoom, so I don't have that issue as much. But yeah, appreciate that. Okay, yeah, the 11 will miss. Thorwald, it is your turn.
Do I get another con save on the stance or no? Or just the one stance?
You made it last time, right?
No, I failed.
Oh, you failed it. Yeah, you do it again.
Okay. Because that was troubling. Is it this one at disadvantage? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Roll a 3,
It's not a disadvantage, but yeah, it's continue to
Okay,
be
so-
with the poisoned effect.
So unfortunately, that happens twice, but I'll try again to hit the ghoul because I need to occupy that position. So attack disadvantage.
That'll hit.
Okay. So that ghoul takes 18 points of damage.
He goes down.
Okay, then I step up. Sorry guys, my fault. Breach cleared though.
Bring us back to the top, and we've got a Ghast in the Moonbeam. He'll make a con save there. He'll make it, so he'll take half damage. Oh, that's a big one. Okay, and he'll take an attack against Donovan at disadvantage. And that will miss. This ghoul in the Moonbeam, he'll make his con save. So he'll take full damage.
Nice.
Oh, please.
And And he'll take an attack on Thorwald. And that will miss. Rhea, it is your turn. Now,
Alright.
now you'd have to do the Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. Alright.
And you make it. And this one is prone.
It's still prone?
Yeah, it's prone once again.
Okay. Prone once again. Alright, that works.
Whack-a-mole.
So it's advantage, right? Okay.
And that one won't quite get it. He kind of squirms. He rolls out of the way as your sword comes down.
That's alright. I will use the bonus for a second attack.
And that one will hit.
Alright. And so the second one doesn't have the modifier.
Just roll a plain d6. Yeah.
Oh, darn it. I didn't do that right. Ignore
That's
that.
okay. You could do it again. All right.
So, 1.
Kind of like you just like nick his elbow as he's just like rolling around trying to scramble to get back up.
Take that cut.
Vex is he'll try to take a shot at that one. Gets a hit in. Deals 6 points of damage. And that'll bring us to Galileo.
Galileo's gonna take his staff and he's gonna try and hit that one down on the ground there. So that's an advantage, though, right?
A melee attack on this one? Yep.
Nice.
So that hits.
Yeah.
All right, he's still alive.
And I think that's the end of my turn. Then.
All right. Elmo also is going to target this one right here. The crossbow. And that'll hit. Big 10 points. That one's still up. Eustis.
All right. So that one is still just prone, getting kicked on by 4 people on all sides.
Yep.
I'm glad I'm not him anymore this session. We'll step forward in front of Vex and fire at the ghoul in front of Thorwald.
And it looks like we got another follower here. Thanks for the follow, Arcane Focus D&D. Thanks for stopping by. Looks like your Eldritch Blast will hit, and just like the other one before, just kind of hits right directly into his chest, caving in whatever bones are underneath that undead flesh. And he goes down.
All right. Clear the hall and end my turn.
All right.
Guess it's not really clear. That one's shooting me in the back of the head.
The ghast right here, again, stands up. And it turns its sights to Rhea. And is going to try to